Oh, hey there, I'm Chris from Restoration Rescue. And this week we're back on the 63 C10 rust repair. And we're back here at the knee knocker panel where we're gonna be fixing this panel right here and getting it bent over so it looks uniform. And if we have time, we're gonna start fixing up this panel and adding the lip on the inside of this all the way up until we have the hole up here, which we might try and get to today. So what we're gonna do real quick is come back in down here and talk about what we did last week. So as you can see, this panel does not look pretty by any means. However, it's where it needs to go. All it needs is a really good grind and it's gonna look pretty. So now we come out here to what we need to do today. So this panel right here, as you can see, is we have all these relief cuts in here, as you can see. So what we need to do is come in and start bending this over and spot welding and tacking them all together and welding it all together, and then that will only need a grind back. So what we need to do now is start tapping this with our hammer to bend it over and then start welding. All right, so as we can see, I have spot welded it in a little bit. I still have some metal beading to do. You can see right here, here, and here that I still need to do, as well as just get it in closer over here. And then we just got to start welding it all together. But by doing this, it just gives me the ability to hit it and not have to worry about it moving and separating up here. So the good thing about this is even if it's not perfect, it's all gonna get covered by a big rubber gasket. Obviously, I still have this hole to fix up here. Don't mind my light, but we're gonna get to work on this and start beating it in a little bit further to exactly where I think it should go and where I've measured it to go so that we can have this thing start being welded up and complete this portion. right, so that's all welded in where it needs to go. Obviously, it needs a lot of grinding. It is kind of smooth, even though it needs some more. There's just a couple ridges that need to go down. So a little bit of fine grinding and a couple more welds where holes have now formed, and one up here that needs to be welded in real quick just to make it flush and perfect. But if you come in here, you can see that this is pretty flush where it needs to go. Yeah, it needs a little bit of just metal beating just to get this all nice and flush and perfect. But as it comes up, it's pretty flat and pretty uniform on this panel. So what we're gonna do now is we're not gonna worry about this right now and regrinding everything to flush and perfect. We're gonna start coming up here. We're gonna lay some spot welds in and metal beat this panel into where it needs to go, and then start building the panel that we had down here all the way back up into here, and then stop right about here before we continue on with this panel, because there's the hole on the inside of the cab. So let's start by beating this panel in to where it needs to go and spot welding. All right, so you can see that thing's welded in where it needs to go. It just needs to be ground down, and I wasn't able to show you guys the metal beating portion of it, which I really wish I could, but I only have 2 hands. But I did just order a tripod, so that should be able to help some of the camera angles and make this a little less choppy, as it's gonna be for at least a video or 2. And I apologize for that, guys. That's my fault. I changed jobs, so I lost Tim for a little while. Bigger episodes, again, we will get Tim. Make sure you guys are commenting. Make sure you guys like the videos for us to help us reach more people. And hopefully you guys are subscribed to the channel. Again, that'll help us reach more people, give you more content and better content for you guys. So we'll see you guys next video when we hop back on finishing some more of this rust.